One of my old customers approached me and asked me to come run a new bank for them. And I turned me down because, again, I thought it was the wrong fit for me and for them. I got back to thinking about, was there an opportunity to do that within the Quad Cities? And so I called my old friend, Doug Holtquist, who was a CPA at Pete Marwick.
And Mike and I were playing golf in Galena in the fall of '92 and decided, boy, there's a real opportunity to start a new bank here in the Quad Cities with all the big acquisitions that have gone on.
Yeah, there had been a lot of doubt, I think, in the community, but there was so much support for a new bank that we were very encouraged to go ahead.
Even though it was an incredibly cold day in January, we opened 300 accounts the very first day we were open. So we just started with a lot of momentum. Opening day, and we've decided it was 20 below zero. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
It was cold.
And we didn't know what to expect. So I made all the employees park in the park across the street. But we opened 300 accounts that day. Yes. So it was a busy day.
So I was parked up at the pool and ran down because I didn't have a warm enough coat. I got to the front door, I was the first one there, and I could see Jan and Kevin back there working in the teller line. I didn't have a key. So I had to run around the back, and they didn't hear me pounding, so I ran around the back door, and then I was able to get in. But man, was that a cold day. It was a cold day.
We opened the doors as a $4 million bank because that's the capital we raised and put in the bank to start. We had no other assets, no other deposits.
In terms of the entire bank, the rule of thumb was it would take 36 months to be profitable, and we became profitable in month 15.
I think my most exciting day was the day that we finally got a shade to pull down to close the driveway, because they just kept coming and coming and coming, and we couldn't get out. I mean, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful problem, except we were having a snowstorm. And Mike came back and said, Karen, shut it down. We couldn't shut it down. They just come, and they didn't care. Yeah. So it was fun.
And how do you say you're the last one and then the next car pulls up?
Yeah.
You don't.
But in the same token, if a car pulled up after the shade went down, we did lift it back up, just, help them out. I mean, that's what we did, right?
That's who we were.
Yeah, that's who we were.
The first day we opened, we were overwhelmed with customers. And so from that point on, we became more confident. We had made the right decision to go forward.
And so we opened up with a correspondent banking department. We were the smallest of all of our bank customers. They're all looking at us kind of funny, like, really? You really think you can do this? And if you look back today now, 30 years later, that was a very fortuitous decision. It turned out, and actually both decisions, trust department and correspondent banking, turned to be very successful.
On a monthly basis, the trust department was profitable before the bank was.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to forget that.
$1 million trust.
One of Mike's sayings was, the team with the best players win. And we had a really unique opportunity to hire the best players in the market.
And one of the things we talked about all the time was the best customer service comes from employees who like their jobs.
We wanted to treat the customers right. We wanted them to obviously trust and respect us, as well as we had to trust and respect them.
The bigger you got, the harder it was going to be to have that same level of attention to the employees and to the customers. And so that was something we worried about a lot, worked very hard to try to maintain.
We had the best customers. We really, really did.
Who was our very
We
first?
had the best customers because we had the best employees. And they followed the employees.
I agree.
To think this little bank that started from nothing in 1993 was successful, the stock price had risen quite a bit, and we got to ring the bell on NASDAQ, I think twice.
And then eventually we got to $1 billion, which kind of overwhelmed all of us, but it was the results of the efforts of many, many people.
But as I think back over 30 years, there aren't too many regrets. I'm very thankful and fortunate to be able to say that.
I was at St. Ambrose as a student and fell in love with the community. Had never experienced the type of camaraderie amongst strangers and generosity, and I don't know why that was so new to me. So when I got here and I experienced it, I didn't want to leave it.
When I got the opportunity to join Quad City Bank, I jumped at it and I was thrilled. One, that team that existed, that was there when I came on board, they were considered the cream of the crop. And for me to get the honor to be able to be included in that group, wow, that was like a dream come true for me.
If I can meet their standards and my own standards, then that for me is a good career. So when the bank was started, I knew several people that were working at the bank, and if I could foster and develop relationships, my vision was that I could probably have a very long career here.
We all sat, we were all relaxed, and Mike Bauer, our president, came over and he would sit at the end of the table. He would just sit really comfortably, and he would talk, not banking, he would talk all personal. It was all about us and how we were a family, but he instilled it again. I mean, I'm going to get emotional now. They were emotional times. All Vic and Doug were wonderful. There was something about that very last conversation before we left.
Throughout the history of Quad City Bank over these last 30 years, is each time we've hit a growth mark, or each time that we've brought in new people or new departments, that's only added to the mystique and, frankly, the greatness of this organization.
The people we have and the talent we have within our walls is driving our business and our business model. And then the fact that our customers keep showing up every day and rewarding us with more of their business is something I know for me, our team is very grateful for each and every day, but you don't take that stuff for granted.
The thing that makes me most excited about the future of this bank and our organization, frankly, it's the people. That is the easiest thing for me to immediately gravitate to.
To be able to work amongst these people and this talent and then see them do what they do so well and deliver it then to our customers, that has me excited for our future.
We have the cream of the crop in this organization, and it is the delivery of our brand promise that all the team members provide back to our clients, our community, and our shareholders. That's the secret sauce that makes Quad City Bank and Trust work.
There's no doubt in my mind that in the next 5 to 10 years, we will not only bring more people in to share that talent with us, but watch their work happen and see it unfold. I mean, that's the best gift of them all.
You look back to that first day 30 years ago, and we were about $4 or $5 million after day one. And today, we're the #1 community bank in the Quad Cities with over 20% market share. Wow, how cool it is to be a part of that.
Who thought it'd actually last 30 years, but we did it, we're proud of it, and here's to 30 more. Congratulations.
Cheers to 30 years.
Cheers!